All right, quick adjustment on my hair. What's going on with my fringe? But I am live doing my Facebook live stream for everybody that's doing the Authentic Confidence Challenge. Day 2 is what we're talking about today, which is literally feeling the fear and doing it anyways. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to join me. I've just announced it in the group, so I'm just going to write another comment as you do. I'm going to be multitasking, which, you know, we can't even do. Can we do two things at the same time? I'm going to make a quick note, let the guys know that I'm here. And if you are joining me, send me a quick hello. Of course, you can ask some questions today. I'm going to be chatting to you about courage today, how to step outside your comfort zone, give you some really cool tips, and then we get going before I'm ready to head off to my next shenanigans. All right. Just letting you know I'm live now. Come and join me. Cool bananas. So, yes, for those, obviously you would know me, I'm Sabrina. I'm the Authentic Confidence Coach. You would be tuning in on my Facebook wall, so of course you would know me. But yes, if you don't know what's going on at the moment, I'm running a 5-day, it's a free challenge called the Authentic Confidence Challenge. And I honestly just recorded a little video earlier, just in my group, letting everybody know how proud I am about how women are truly stepping outside their comfort zone already, admitting how much confidence is, hey honey, is holding them back. And again, you know, we're talking about authentic confidence and not some fake ass confidence. Difference being that, you know, fake confidence is pretending on the outside that everything is okay, but perhaps it's not okay. You know, real authentic confidence comes from, you know, stepping into alignment, stepping into your message, into your truth, knowing exactly what it is that you stand for, and not being afraid to speak your mind. So that to me means, you know, you're literally a badass, fierce and fearlessly authentic, and that is a beautiful point to get to. But unfortunately, so many women are still holding themselves back, are worried about, you know, what other people think about them, you know, showing up fully being seen, fully being heard, and quite frankly, to me, if you want more in your life, as you probably know, my message is all about, you know, success is not about how much you do, but it is truly about who you are. And I see so many women in business, you know, entrepreneurs, whatever type of business it is, literally working their butt off and still not getting the results that they want, and working harder, and it feels almost like a push, you know, a force, a struggle, and not getting the same results. And, you know, to be honest with you, with my health and fitness background, I can honestly say that, you know, in the weight loss industry, it's exactly the same, that, you know, we're approaching it from the complete wrong angle. We're looking at, you know, achieving a hot body, being shit hot, but we're just so focused about what it is that we look like, rather than going deeper than that and understanding what it is that we truly want and what is our body, you know, holding us back from. And knowing that, especially when you're trying to lose weight, that, you know, your weight is actually serving you as, you know, a term, like, type of protection. So today, as I said, I'm going to do a bit of a chat. I'm probably going to be, hopefully, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. We'll see how we go. I'm talking about courage and, you know, stepping into your brave, feeling the fear and doing it anyway. But what I wanted to do before I do that, I have to share the view with you where I am. Hey, honey, my beautiful friend just joined. You can say hello to our live Facebook stream.
Hi, everybody.
Looking hot. If you look outside, I'm literally in Phoenix, hanging out with my juicy crew, being absolutely spoiled, having the most beautiful day. I don't know if you can actually see the mountain in the background. We're in Phoenix, Arizona. Just sitting out on my patio. The room is absolutely stunning. We had nothing but pampering today, sitting by the pool, drinking a cocktail, having the most amazing facial. She was so amazing. I had to hug her. I literally gave her a hug because it was like the most unbelievable experience. Got told what beautiful skin I have, which again is just a sign that, you know, you're looking after yourself. At the end of the day, your health is your biggest wealth. So yes, so anyway, as I said, you know, thanks for tuning in. Hey honey, so good to have you on the call. Not even 100% sure what time it is. I'd imagine it's about let me work out, it's 5 o'clock here, 8 o'clock, 10, I think it may be 10 o'clock in the morning in Queensland, 11 o'clock in Sydney, 8 p.m. over in New York and Florida, and of course 5 p.m. where we are here. And so let's get straight to it. If you are, oopsie, don't use my phone. If you are doing the challenge, or even not, if you're, struggling to step outside your comfort zone, I really want to talk about courage. And, at the end of the day, most of the time what happens is, thanks for letting me know what time it is. It's such a first world problem, not knowing exactly what time it is all the time. But anyway, what happens most of the time is, whether it's in business, whether it's, in terms of your health and well-being, see, I was right. That's awesome. Or whether it's, just improving your relationships with yourself or the ones around you, whether it's in love and friendships, work colleagues, whatever type of relationship you think about. Most of the time, we know what we want. We know exactly, well, most of the time we know what we want, but, I've talked about having exact clarity and being really specific about what it is that you truly want. So I'm just going to assume that, everyone on the call today knows exactly what it is that they want. But then, of course, you've got that little feeling of going, yes, I know that. However, I don't really know how to get there. And you can imagine that, you're stuck in your little comfort zone. And right on the edge of your comfort zone is what you perceive your problem, what it is that you want that's actually outside your comfort zone. And, my job is to help you to expand your comfort zone so that your perceived problem, hey, honey, is actually becoming a possibility. And that's what we call, personal development. That's what we call growth. That's your journey to becoming a better kick-ass version of yourself. And doing that over and over and over again, you literally are becoming what I term, developing a behavior flexibility, and that means that any shit can hit the fan, and you actually know how to deal with it in a really resourceful way. You're finding that your whole mindset changes around how you look at problems, and you actually look at them at an awesome challenge. You literally become worthy of the challenge because you know that it's going to make you an even better kick-ass person, right? So how do you step outside your comfort zone? I know that most women, or most people in general, when it comes to stepping outside your comfort zone, fear pops up. And of course, fear is such a crazy word. It's a big ass word. We all know that fear stands for false evidence appearing real. So it's not actually real, but damn, it can feel fear. It can feel real. It's a feeling, usually in our gut, that is making us anxious, that is making us feel stuck, that is making us feel overwhelmed and really scared to actually, take that leap. Now, as my beautiful friend Oprah always says, when you act despite of fear, that's when courage shows up. But I want to give you a little bit more tactical and practical tools of how you can step outside your comfort zone. So I know that reasons why you may not step outside your comfort zone, obviously based on fear, but what kind of fear is that? So we've got different types of fear. We've got, the common fear of success, the fear of failure. We've also got the outcome fear. Lots of women are worried about or thinking about, well, what if I get to my goal and I achieve X, Y, Z, and then it's actually not as great as I want? Or what if I lose stuff? When I change, I might lose friends, I might lose people in my life thinking badly of me, or I might change and they might not change with me. And so, that could be a disrupt of that sort. Or, of course, the process fear. Process fear, I've seen a lot of clients in my weight loss days, when I was a personal trainer and a body love coach, that literally when you sit down with your clients and they tell you what goals they have and want to lose, a certain amount of weight and whatever fitness goal it is they have, you talk them through the process and say, right, for the next 12 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it is, we're going to, cut out all the naughty foods. We're going to debunk the junk in the fridge. We're going to do some smashing workouts. And of course, you're going to feel sore, and, your social life could be impacted because you can't actually just go out as much because you might not want to be drinking if you're really serious about getting fast results. And of course, like the process fear, or the idea of thinking of all the things that they have to do along the way, could be just so painful, so fearful that it's just too hard. So they either procrastinate or they self-sabotage themselves along the way, and eventually just, come back to square one. So stepping outside your comfort zone, I want you to think about, why is it so hard? And it could be, so I want to give you some tips. It could be, number one, how to overcome it. you need to understand what your why is. We talk about why all the time, like what's your driving force, what's the energy behind your vision, your message, your purpose of what it is that you want to create, and it needs to mean something. You know what I mean? And we talked about clarity. We talked about specific. I can't even say the word specifics, being specific. And quite frankly, if your why isn't big enough, like they always say, like if your why doesn't scare you, it's going to literally knock you back, because eventually you're going to be faced with an obstacle, a challenge, a hurdle. Because I always say, like, life can honestly be like a crazy bitch on PMS and wants to throw you some curveballs and wants to make it really hard. And of course you're gonna, you know, fall on your ass, and eventually you might get up the first time and brush yourself off, but then eventually it might just get too hard, and eventually you just give up, because you know it's harder. The outcome of what you want to get and where you want to go, it just seems so much harder than it seems that it's actually easier to stay the same, right? So the pain of the outcome is bigger than the pain of where you're being right now. So you're still feeling too comfortable, because let's face it, life overall isn't actually too bad. You're here really to step up to the next level, to up level yourself, to become worthy of all the things that you want, to truly create success on your own terms. So if you're struggling to step outside your comfort zone, hey beautiful, hey Sophie, and very nice old connection, one of my old personal training clients, and it was nice to have you on the call. I hope you're still in Townsville. I remember, no, up in Kansas. It should be nice and warm. So if you're struggling to step outside your comfort zone, truly, you need to go back to your why. And as I said, that needs to have an emotional connection. Remember, it's not just about the what, but it is about the what lies underneath. Like, what is it truly about? And I find like that's truly like the difference between motivation and inspiration. Motivation is like an external energy. It's almost like, you know, thinking about PTs, you know, like having my hand on your back, trying to make you go and exercise and make you push harder on the treadmill, but eventually, I mean, I can't keep pushing you, and so sometimes motivation isn't going to last you all the way. So what we need to do is change your motivation into inspiration, and inspiration truly means to be inspired, to be in spirit. So again, it's that whole shift that I've talked about before, from going your head into your heart. Hey beautiful. So make your why so big it makes you cry, but more so it truly fuels you to be inspired, to get up every day, you know, to do the you know, the practical things, you know, the strategies and the how-tos and the hustle and showing up and networking and building relationships and getting outside your comfort zone and doing all of that, but also doing the inner work to truly shift your blogs and your stories of what is holding you back from, again, becoming that a worthy opponent, right? So that is number one. Number two, you might have an awesome why that is already fueling you and you're ready to kick ass every single day, but you're still holding yourself back and you're not stepping outside your comfort zone. It could be that you just don't have enough leverage. Yeah, leverage, again, meaning that leverage has power, right? Not power over you, but puts you in control and gives you power to have that extra fuel to step up over and over and over again. To give you an example, for me, very recently, I've discovered that I was doing, like, obviously I'm doing great. My life is awesome. I'm location, you know, I'm location free. I'm a location free hustler, you know, showing my confidence message and having a lot of fun, really expanding globally, making some awesome connections, building amazing relationships, having some awesome clients that I'm working with who are literally just, you know, ready to smash through their comfort zone and getting amazing results. Having said that, sometimes we can get caught up in the strategies and, you know, what else can I do? How else can I, you know, hustle? How else can I create visibility? How else can I just put myself out there to, you know, make a massive fucking impact and not just play small? I know I don't play small, but even I feel like I can always up level and do more. So anyway, talking about leverage, not that I was holding myself back, but again, you know, stepping out of my comfort zone and up leveling, I realized that I was I'm not motivated by money. So the whole focus on, taking my business to the next level and hitting that next income goal, to me, was actually the wrong leverage, because quite frankly, I'm not motivated by money, but I'm motivated by making a massive fucking impact. So for me, knowing that I can get to work with more people, speaking around the world, sharing on stage, sharing the stages with other entrepreneurs, running my own events, doing retreats, doing whatever, podcasts and interviews and videos and all of that, that to me drives me, and that gets me excited. So then I knew instantly, I again had like a little click, and for me it was like, awesome, now I know exactly what I need to do to up level, to challenge myself to grow to the next level. Hey everyone for joining in. Again, like, obviously, if you have any questions, please do ask me anything and everything. If you missed some of the call, obviously it's going to be on my Facebook, so you can watch it again and take some notes. And if you want to ask some questions after, you can do that too. You can DM me. So that is number 2. So that is talking about not having enough leverage because perhaps you're not motivated by the right things, so that is really important to figure out what it is that fuels you. Again, not having your why, not having the clarity in the specifics, but also having that inspiration to know, well, what is it about for you? And again, it just makes it so bulletproof and literally confirms your message, what it is that you stand for, that quite frankly, you just do it. I mean, you step up every single day, you do the do, you know what you need to do. And if you don't know what to do, you're not afraid to ask for help, to seek out mentors, coaches, to read a book, to watch a video, to educate yourself, until you know the next level or the next skill, the next thing that you need to know, and then again take it to the next level. Number 3 is the reason why you perhaps are holding yourself back and not stepping outside your comfort zone, is exactly that, what I've talked about, the outcome fear, that perhaps you at the moment having a negative association to your outcome. Okay, so if you want to, let's say, you want to hit a different income goal, you want to make more money, you want to make a bigger impact, you want to work, perhaps moving your business from one-on-one coaching or one-on-one exchanging services and products or whatever it is that you're doing to a larger scale. Perhaps you're looking at automation, perhaps you're looking at doing events or whatever it is. Either way, whatever it is that you're looking to up level to, you may perhaps have a negative association, and that could be unconscious to you. You're not actually aware of it, as most things are unaware to us, like that, we're not aware. Otherwise, we may already be doing something about it, but it just shows up and we may unconsciously self-sabotage ourselves. So having a negative association could be perhaps that, hitting that next income goal could be that, people might see you differently in a different light. People might think about you differently, that you may lose friends. If you're looking to make changes in your business, if you're looking to, let's say, increase your prices, that you may lose clients, that you're afraid of what are they going to think of you? Are they going to judge you? And so forth. So I think you get it, right? So as I said, you may perhaps have a negative association to the outcome, which again means that you are going to hold yourself back from, stepping outside your comfort zone. So that's sort of like my 3 tips, and I am aware I'm going to have to keep it really short because I have another engagement to be at in about a few minutes, so I'm going to have to call it wraps. But I do believe that that's super powerful for you to maybe listen to it again, look at what it is that you're looking to achieve right now in your business, in your body, in your health, or in your relationships. Ask yourself if you have the clarity of what it is that you truly want. Are you really specific about it? Do you understand who you need to become in order to have everything that you want, all the success on your own terms, having the authentic confidence, being a badass, fiercely authentic with no fuck given, or are you still playing small because you're too afraid to step outside your comfort zone? Thank you, honey. And if you are not stepping outside your comfort zone, then you need to really investigate what that fear is that you're telling yourself is holding yourself back. And that could be that, yes, number 1, your why isn't big enough. It's not emotionally connected enough because, again, you're too much in your head. Perhaps you're writing down goals because you just think that that's what you should be having based on what society tells you, or based on what your mentors are telling you, based on where you are right now in your business or on your health journey or in your relationships, and you kind of go to the next level because you think that that's what you're supposed to do. Trust me, that shit doesn't work. I've been there and I've done that. It could be because, as I said, number 2, you're not having enough leverage. so that your outcome, what you're getting, is actually not truly what you want. So you're kind of being motivated by the wrong things, which never works long term. Or number three, that you're having a negative association to the outcome. So you're thinking that you changing to a certain level, whether it's in your relationships, in your health, being super confident, just rocking your outfits or rocking whatever your workouts, freely sharing how passionate you are about health, or whether it's making that next income goal, looking to hit a six-figure income or multiple six-figure income, or perhaps even just replacing your full-time income and transitioning into a full-time entrepreneur's life, that you're afraid that people might judge you or people might think that you've changed and all that sort of shit. But here's the thing, like, eventually we're going to change anyway, because we don't change who we are as a person per se, but we grow and we evolve. And I've just come to realize that unless my tribe, my friends, my family, if they can't accept me for who I am, then perhaps that's not a place to, there's not a place for them in my life. I can't have space for people that don't support me, love me, accept me 100% for who I am, and vice versa. Like, I love unconditionally. I do everything for my friends and my family and all so forth. And it's kind of like the same, the other way around. So if you're having some, what we call neck ferrets in your life, then perhaps it's a good opportunity to actually look at that and cull accordingly, right? So that's it for me. I'm not going to share any more apart from saying thank you for hanging out. It's a really quick one, 20 minutes, but we got the job done. Tomorrow I'm going to be tuning in at some stage. I'm attending a conference tomorrow, so it's going to be mayhem. It's going to be super busy. Thank you, beautiful. I love you too. I will find some space to do a call, even if it's just like sharing what I'm doing and doing a little, 5-minute call, whatever. I'll find a time, because remember, if it's important enough to you, you'll find a way. If not, you'll just find an excuse. So to me, this shit is important. I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are. If you've gotten value out of it, make sure you pop a comment onto the Facebook, the live stream underneath it. Again, if you want to watch it and want to send me a question, you can pop into the comments below, or you can, of course, DM me, direct message me. And if you're not doing the challenge, we're still running, so you can still join the challenge. It's a free challenge for 5 days. You can still do it. You can head into my group, or I'm going to actually ask Charles, my superstar, to pop a link of how you can join the challenge over 5 days to to teach you to step into your brave, into the comments as well. And apart from that, thank you for hanging out. I'm going to be having some fun, so no doubt there's going to be some pictures, and maybe perhaps I might even be inclined to do another Facebook live stream showing you what we're up to tonight. I'm maybe a little bit excited, may have had a few champers, but you know what, it's about keeping it real, and life is about having fun. It's working hard, playing hard, and that's just how I roll. So on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Enjoy wherever you are. Make the most of your day. Step outside your comfort zone. Find a way to do it, and knowing that you can take your problems and turning into possibilities. And of course, you know me, I'm always going to dare you to be a badass, fiercely authentic with no fuck given.